Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Studio Sessions. On today's session, we're talking about wallpaper. Dun, dun, dun. Now, let's show you first the transformation. If you remember the house before, without wallpaper, this is what it looks like with wallpaper. Chase, if you could be so kind as to turn. Ta-da! Wallpaper will come in various lengths. If it's a grass cloth, it's going to be 36-inch wide panels. If it is a vinyl, usually it's 54, and then like a paper can run anywhere from 24 to 27 inches wide. So you're going to see seams when it comes to a grass cloth. When it comes to silk, some people hate it, but one thing to love about grass cloth is that you do see the seams. So I try to replicate that in the dollhouse so that it would be as realistic as possible. And I, for one, like to see the seams. So that's what we're doing there. And they're not horrible. Like, it just gives a little bit character. I mean, they're more obvious now too because there's no furniture or artwork or anything in there. But once that's added, it's gonna just become another additional layer and it's not gonna be such an eyesore. So let's talk about technique. There's a couple things that I've discovered that you want to have in order to have a successful wallpaper install. One is a sharp X-Acto knife, which I put away, but you know what an X-Acto knife looks like. Another thing I discovered that I really kind of love is having a wooden mat. So this one's wrapped in plastic, but that makes it great because then you can wipe off the wallpaper paste when you do it. And I'm using real grass cloth. Obviously, not everyone has real grass cloth wallpaper samples just lying around, and most people use either a cardstock or scrapbook paper or something that's specifically made for dollhouses. So I thought that we would just do a tutorial using those and see how they kind of work. So instead of getting this, which I didn't use, and it came and I was like, that is tiny. Instead, for $10 more, you can get this. This is what the pros use. $10, $20, give or take a little bit. This will last you a while. This will last you till the end of time. So a couple of reasons I love this. I was first turned on to this by one of my actual wallpaper installers. I was telling him about my dollhouses years ago and he gave me some glue. So I was like, okay, great. So I tried it and it's great for, you know, professional wallpaper. So I imagine that it's gonna work for dollhouse wallpaper. I haven't tested this. I thought we would test it together and see if I'm correct about that. And so when I do it, I like to use a foam paintbrush. So I've got a piece of birch plywood here. I painted it, primed it, because you always want to make sure your walls are primed before you start. You're going to want to take your wallpaper strip. You want to be generous, but you know, don't put globs on because it will seep out and it can get onto your panels next to it. So put that on all the sides. Make sure you go to the edges. Smooth it out. This one's a cute one with like little hearts on it. And then put it on your wall. Your scraper, which I can't find. Sorry. So we like to use these Starbucks gift cards. Chase always collects these and I found a good use for them. So then you want to take it and run it on all of that. Can you see what I'm doing? Or no?
Actually, no.
Let me move this. Now you can see. Okay, so it's on here. You just want to, and then that's it. Now what's great about having this plastic wrap piece of wood is that you can then take a baby wipe or a spray bottle. I've been using like a spray bottle with a little bit of white vinegar in it, and you can just wipe it down. So then your work surface is clean. And it'll dry quickly, and then you don't have any glue, residual glue on the next one that you're doing. This is scrapbook paper. So let's see if that works just as well. A little bit of glue. We'll do it this way. I like to leave a gap between the first one and the second one, and then slide it down until they butt. That will give you a nice tight seam, and then smooth it out again. There. So that's a pretty tight seam, given as I'm not sure how I cut those. Get your edges. It's a little bit different, obviously, when you're doing it on the walls, but you get the gist. Then what I like to do is grab some blue tape. I have this left over. You don't have to throw it out, stay sticky for a little while. And then I put blue tape just on the seams to keep them down until they like dry a little bit, just so they don't pop up. That's it. Ta-da! Easy peasy. I hope everyone's enjoying that. It might be common sense, but you know, sometimes we have different ways of doing things, which is why it's great to be on here, because then I can show you how I do it, you can show me how you do it, and we can all learn our best way that we prefer to do it. Okay, so let's see. I feel like this is going pretty good. We'll check back in with it, but it doesn't look like it's bubbling or anything. It's very smooth, so I think that wallpaper paste would work out very nicely for any kind of wallpaper you want to use. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you found this valuable. Have a great Sunday. Bye.